This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, we're here in the city of Sali. We were just by Reb Rafal Alan Kava. Now we have the zchus to be at the Chelka of the family of Ben Atar. We know that Hachaim Hakadosh comes from this illustrious city, the city of Sali. We know that Hachaim Hakadosh, Hashgacha Pratis, he left Sali, he came to Eretz Yisrael. He's buried at the foot of Har HaZeisim. But here we have the Kever of his grandfather, Rav Chaim Ben Atar, and his father. So by his father's Kever it says, Eid Hagal Azev, Eid Hamatzeva, Zoishe, Tachtea Kever HaChacham, HaSholem, Ish Chesed, Tzadik Oiches Bedarkoi, Hamamtzi Teref L'Lemdei Teirasai. He provided sustenance for Lemdei Torah, L'Hachzikam, L'Hachayoisam, Kibonim, Hamasaknim, V'Hadoigim. It's very interesting. The Kever says that he provided for Talmidei Chachamim their sustenance like children, like his own children. So perhaps Mida Keneged Mida, the Rebbe Shalom gave him a son like the Hachaim Hakadosh. And V'gam Tzila B'yam Mishnas V'Talmud Parparoisav Be'oizen Shmuel. That's the name of the Sefer where his Chedushim is quoted. He was considered very humble. Ha'ishmoisha anav ma'oid lo yishkoid adam kila hadavar masa avoisa b'yadav lamay limin evyoin. He provided tzedakah for the anim. Now there's a big question whether you're allowed to say over divrei Torah at a kever. We know we tuck in the tzitzis at a kever because it's loig l'rosh. So why would somebody say divrei Torah at a kever? It would seem to be mocking the mess. The mess can't learn. The answer is, but if you say over the divrei Torah of the tzaddik, it's not mocking the tzaddik. Just the opposite. If soisav doivavais, it causes the tzaddik's lips to be moving. It brings an aliyah to the shama of the tzaddik. The question is, are you allowed to say over the Torah of the tzaddik's son at his kever? You're allowed to say over the Torah of the tzaddik at the kever, but because it causes the tzaddik's lips to move. But the Torah of one's son doesn't cause the lips of a tzaddik to move. So you're allowed to say over the Torah of a son at the tzaddik's kever. But the answer is, the same way you could say over the Torah of a tzaddik because it brings an aliyah to the tzaddik's neshama, you could say Torah of his son because it also brings aliyah to the neshama of the tzaddik. So this is the Hachaim HaKadosh's grandfather, who he's named after, Chaim Ben Atar, Avi Avishal Marganisa Penina Kadosha Chaim Ben Atar. So we'll say over something from the Hachaim on this week's Parsha. Of course, La Yasur Shevet Mi Yehuda, where the Hachaim HaKadosh brings the tradition of the Zohar HaKadosh. That who will be the Melech HaMashiach? What's the Hachaim HaKadosh Shita? Hachaim HaKadosh quotes the Zohar. The Zohar says who will be Mashiach? The Hachaim HaKadosh brings in Vayechi. He brings in Parshas Tetzaveh. Mashiach will be Moshe Rabbeinu. This is the well-known opinion of the Hachaim HaKadosh throughout his writings, and this is mentioned in the Zohar. Moshe Rabbeinu. And the remez is, Moshe is Rosh Tevois, Ma, Shahaya, who? What was will be. Moshe was the Goel Rishon, he will be the Goel Achron. To which our Hachaim HaKadosh asks, how could Moshe Rabbeinu be the Goel Achron? In order to be Mashiach, you have to be a scion of the Davidic dynasty. Moshe Rabbeinu was a Levi, he's not from Shevet Yehuda. To which our Hachaim HaKadosh says, Moshe Rabbeinu is shakal keneged shishim riboy. He is equal to all 600,000. He's koyel the nefashos of all of Klal Yisrael. So since Moshe Rabbeinu is koyel, he's koyel even Shevet Yehuda, and therefore don't be troubled how Moshe Rabbeinu could be the Melech HaMashiach. This is from the writing of the Hachaim HaKadosh in this week's Parsha. By the way, there's a very lengthy Hachaim HaKadosh explaining how all the neshamas that were ever created hanged on Adam HaRishon. When Adam HaRishon ate from the Eitz Hadas, it sullied all the neshamas, and they went into Galus. And the purpose of going into Galus is collecting the nitzotzos HaKedusha, and that's the main theme of our trip, because most nitzotzos of Kedusha already left Morocco in 1948, and they went to Eretz Yisrael. There are only a few scattered sparks in different places, like in the marketplace in Fez. Why do we have to go to a tannery in Fez yesterday? We had to hold our nose and gather a few remaining sparks of Kedusha in the tannery, gather some sparks of Kedusha on the alleyways of Fez and Sali and Risani. So we're basically like Shevet Dan, Ma'asef L'chol HaMachanos. We're just gathering whatever sparks of Kedusha are still left in these countries. And then Bez Hashem, the conclusion of our trip should usher in Tegula ha'asida b'mher v'yameinu amen.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.